this morning, Governor Bel Edwards' term is in its final days. He was a candidate not many believed had a chance.
And after 8 years in Louisiana's highest office, he is looking back on the challenges and successes. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht brings us the story.
As Governor Bel Edwards looks back on his 8 years in office, he's also looking at the changes to come over the next 4 years.
I want Jeff Landry to be successful. I'm a Louisianan. I'm staying here. I'm going to go back into business. I'm going to have grandchildren and so forth.
Landry and Edwards have sparred publicly over the years as their political views can often be vastly different. One area where they differ is on how to handle crime. Landry and some members of the legislature have signaled wanting to undo some of the governor's 2017 criminal justice reform measures.
I think it'd be a terrible mistake.
The Criminal Justice Reform Initiative focused on non-violent offenders to reduce the prison population and better set them up for success when they leave prison. The governor has vetoed a number of bills that would have undone some of that work and speaks against simply increasing the penalties for some crimes.
And instead, what we need to do is have the courage to look at the data, let the data inform our decisions, and make sure that we don't roll back criminal justice reform.
Edwards' tenure also saw public outcry over police brutality with the Alton Sterling shooting, the George Floyd protests, and the harsh scrutiny over his handling of the Ronald Greene police custody death. It has led to a deep investigation into the state police and a number of bills being proposed to create more oversight into police. Looking to the 2023 election season, it was a hard hit for Democrats with none winning statewide office. Edwards has been a power player in the party for years.
I am not satisfied with the situation today.
While he doesn't want to dwell on what went wrong, Edwards says that he chose his role in elections carefully to ensure bipartisanship could live on in Louisiana.
And I don't think that that would have been possible if I had been hyper-partisan and going out and trying to win every possible election and defeat every Republican running.
Edwards has taken flack from his party at times for his anti-abortion policies and moderate approach to other heated topics.
But I always wanted to govern true to who I am, which is somewhere in the middle of the political spectrum.
As the state legislature makes a hard swing to the right with a Republican supermajority, some fear the era of Democrats leading is over, but not Edwards.
People thought I shouldn't run in 2015. They thought the state was so far to the right and so dominated by Republicans that it was not worthwhile for a Democrat to run.
He is resounding in his belief that he won't be the last Democratic governor in the Deep South. As he prepares to pack his bags and head back home to Amite, Louisiana, Edwards hopes people will look back on his time in office as one of growth.
They will be able to say, much better off when he left than when he found it. Critical investments in the most essential priorities were improved substantially, and the results were achieved because of bipartisanship. And that's would be my hope.
He leaves the Capitol with a genuine hope for the ones after him to do well by the people of Louisiana.
God bless you all. God bless the great state of Louisiana. God bless the United States of America, and go Tigers.
For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.